Hey everyone, and welcome back to What Was That with Gabe Sanchez. Today, I'm counting down my picks for the top 10 worst Republican moments of 2022, and why Republicans are doomed to repeat themselves in 2023. First off, let me just say, welcome to 2023. And now that we've made it through the insanity of 2022, I thought we could take a look back at what happened last year. Specifically, the ways Republicans humiliated and exposed themselves for the hypocritical morons that they truly are. And look, I'm sure I could spend hours going through every single one of them. Like Ron DeSantis' spotless white cheerleader boots. Or Matt Gaetz getting trolled by a 19-year-old activist for $2 million. Or Marjorie Taylor Greene allegedly having an affair with sexual harasser Alex Stein before her divorce. However, as Sweet Brown says,
ain't nobody got time for that.
So without further ado, here are the top 10 worst Republican moments of 2022. Number 10. The Trump Organization found guilty of 17 counts of fraud. The Trump Organization faces up to $1.6 million in fines after being convicted on all charges, including scheming to defraud tax authorities, conspiracy, and falsifying business records. Quite the opposite of every Republican and MAGA supporter who claims the Trump family has never done anything illegal. These convictions also tarnish the Trump Organization's reputation, though it's not like it even had one to begin with. And this doesn't even cover New York Attorney General Letitia James filing a $250 million lawsuit against the Trump Organization, Donald Trump, and his 3 adult children over widespread fraud claims. It's only gonna get worse for them. Number 9. Donald Trump's taxes. First off, remember in 2020 when Trump said he paid millions in taxes?
The new report that in 2016, the year you were elected president, and 2017, is it true that you paid $750 in federal income taxes each of those 2 years?
I paid millions of dollars in taxes, millions of dollars of income tax.
The guy lied. He paid $750 in 2016 and in 2017, and then $0 in 2020. And the IRS never audited Trump during the first 2 years he was in the White House, despite the mandatory policy of auditing presidents. Oh, and remember when Trump said this?
Are you going to take the salary, the president's salary?
Well, I've never commented on this, but the answer is no.
Well, like all things, Trump didn't follow through with his promise. In 2020, he didn't donate his salary, which was conveniently during the same time his business was tanking. I guess he was just planning to give us all an IOU. And not only did Trump have bank accounts in the US, but he also had accounts in Ireland, the UK, and
China.
And what makes this worse is that Trump had this while he was president. Kind of puts a big hole in the claim that Trump was a patriot standing strong against
China.
Number 8. Every single mass shooting this year, especially the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. This horrific shooting confirmed 2 things for us. The Republican Party cares more about NRA lobby money than they do about innocent children's lives. And a good guy with a gun does not stop a bad guy with a gun, let alone 400 law enforcement officers. And the only things that Republicans were able to come up with was this idiotic solution.
Don't have all of these unlocked back doors. Have one door into and out of the school.
Their solution is a single door, meaning one door in and one door out. It's almost like Republicans are actively trying to help a shooter. Leave it to Republicans to make a terrible situation that they created even worse. I mean, it really takes a
Special comp stupid.
Number 7. Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis trafficking humans as political pawns. These idiots have used millions of dollars of taxpayer money to traffic humans across state lines as a way to own the libs. I mean, for God's sake, Abbott is married to a woman who is the granddaughter of immigrants from Mexico, which makes Abbott's actions both surprising and not surprising at the same time. On Christmas Eve, of all days, Abbott trafficked busloads of migrants to Vice President Harris's home in the freezing cold. And of course, Republicans just laughed and cheered on this disgusting act. How very Christian-like of them. Well, joke's on the Republicans. Not only is this illegal, but it also qualifies these migrants for special visas. Number 6. Nuremberg CPAC. Republicans invited fascist Viktor Orban to be their keynote speaker, and MAGA Republicans openly expressed how they want to emulate his authoritarian ways. Now, we've seen some weird stuff at CPAC in the past, like when Republicans had a golden calf of Trump in the CPAC lobby, which, was the perfect metaphor for the GOP. Or like when the CPAC stage was in the shape of a Nazi Odal rune, which no doubt was a hint at their future, but admitting to being domestic terrorists might just take the cake.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all domestic terrorists.
Wow, this might be the first time I actually agree with Republicans. Number 5, the Republican Party went full-on Nazi. Kanye West loves Hitler, and Republicans did not condemn Trump for meeting with Kanye or anti-Semite Nick Fuentes. Need I say more? Well, actually, there is this one clip of Jim Jordan completely lying about tweeting Kanye Elon Trump from the GOP House Judiciary Twitter account.
So, and do you denounce your tweet praising Kanye West? That tweet was not our account, and that tweet's been removed.
I mean, talk about backing the 3 worst people of 2022. Pretty on brand for the Republican Party, if you ask me. Number 4, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, and as a result, it bit the Republican Party in the ass. Republicans really screwed up when they grossly attacked women's rights by having the Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade. And what's even more gross is conservative Justice Alito quoting an infamous witch trial judge with long discredited ideas on rape from 17th century England in his ruling. To quote a different 17th century Englishman for Justice Alito, "Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned." And oh boy, did the women of America really let Republicans know how they felt during the midterms. Number 3, the legal search of Mar-a-Lago to get back the classified government documents that Trump stole. As soon as the FBI executed a legal search warrant of Mar-a-Lago, Republicans denied any and all wrongdoing by Trump. And every time Trump changed his excuse, the Republican Party blindly followed him. First, Trump claimed the documents were planted. Then he waved a Sharpie and declassified the documents with his mind. Then he took them as mementos for a scrapbook. And that's not even all of them. I mean, the guy has more excuses than Herschel Walker has secret children. That we know of. And Republicans can cry all they want about Trump, but the fact is, he stole nuclear documents and then kept them in random places at his resort. And now, Trump has to answer to special counsel Jack Smith. Number 2, the January 6th committee referrals. After nearly 18 months of investigating, the January 6th House Select Committee probing the 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol sent its final report to Congress. The committee referred 4 Republican members of Congress, Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Scott Perry, and Andy Biggs, for appropriate sanction by the House Ethics Committee for failure to comply with lawful subpoenas. They also recommended that the DOJ investigate and potentially prosecute Trump's election law attorney, John Eastman, for his role in advancing a plan to overturn the election results. And lastly, they voted to issue 4 criminal referrals for former President Donald Trump: obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting an insurrection. And just like the Mar-a-Lago documents case, Trump will now have to answer to special counsel Jack Smith, as if Trump wasn't under enough investigations for other crimes. And now, number 1. The red trickle during the midterms. For months, Republicans bragged about a red wave.
Red wave rising.
That red wave that I'm convinced is coming.
The reports I'm seeing show a big red wave coming.
Sleepy Joe just guaranteed a red wave in Pennsylvania.
There's a lot of energy on the ground. You probably hear the rally in the background right now. We think we're going to have a big red wave in Michigan.
I think we're going to have a red wave. I think it's going to be maybe bigger than anyone thought.
Their red wave was more like a leaky faucet. Yes, annoying that some got through, but definitely not a flood of fascism like they hoped for. It's almost like running on a fascist platform of hatred and bigotry completely backfired. Crazy. And when they didn't get the bloodbath that Don Jr. predicted, Republicans pointed their finger at everyone else but themselves. Jesse Waters from Fox News even decided to open up his misogynistic mouth and mansplain why Republicans had an embarrassing midterms.
Single women are breaking for Democrats by 30 points. And this makes sense when you think about how Democrat policies are designed to keep women single. But once women get married, they vote Republican. Married women, married men go for Republicans by double digits. But single women and voters under 40 have been captured by Democrats. So we need these ladies to get married. And it's time to fall in love and just settle down. Guys, go put a ring on it.
I'm not so sure the Christian who divorced his wife because he had an affair with a young associate producer on a show should be giving anyone advice on marriage. But hey, hashtag soulmate. And to top it all off, we found out that one of the Republican candidates is a complete fraud. No, it wasn't Stolen Valor J.R. Majewski or Quack Dr. Oz or Werewolf Policeman Herschel Walker. It was the straight gay Brazilian Jewish George Santos. No, really, he said he was Jewish, and then when he was caught, he said he was Jewish.
I'm Catholic, but I'm also Jewish, as in ish.
I don't even know if he knows his real name. I mean, here, just see for yourself.
Santos.
Santos, Sarbanes.
And it turns out Republican leadership knew about it because, of course they did. The Republican Party doesn't care about the quality of their candidates. They just want their red vote. However, that strategy has officially bit them in the ass, especially for wannabe Speaker Kevin McCarthy. The guy is not a leader, nor does he have the skills necessary to control his own party. I mean, he can't even get his own people to rally around him and vote for him as the next Speaker of the House. Not only that, but the Republican Party is literally eating itself from within. Wait, what was that? So I anticipate for 2023, the Republican Party will just continue to focus on attacking each other and intentionally fail to help the American people while they try to own the libs just like they did in 2022. And if anything, the infighting makes for great entertainment while the Democrats actually work to help the American people. I mean, just look at Representative Ted Lieu with his bag of popcorn on the first day of voting for Speaker of the House. Well, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?